And now on to the best game of the weekend, the Chiefs versus Buffalo AFC Championship rematch. No Tyrann Mathieu all game. That was pretty apparent. But before we even say that, let's just give the man Josh Allen his flowers. This was his coming out party. I understand he's done things in the past that led you to think he was a big body, solid quarterback with a strong arm. You know, there was the arm about who has the better throwing power wise, him or Patrick Mahomes. All of that. But I don't think he ever was gonna get the attention he deserved like he will after that battle with Pat Mahomes. In this postseason, he had 12 incompletions and 9 touchdowns. In that game against the Chiefs specifically, he was 27 for 37 with 329 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Him and Pat had eerily similar stats. I think this game basically came down to whoever had the ball last. Both of the quarterbacks led the team in rushes. I mean, their stats are smack dead similar. So before we sit here and talk about how crazy the game was in which the Chiefs did win, it's only right that we give props to Josh Allen at least. Gabriel Davis also deserves props. But I think Tyrann Mathieu not being there, honestly, we've seen the effects of a guy, Gabriel Davis, who the most he scored in the game was 2 touchdowns. We've seen a guy like that get open 3 times, wide open. And it just leads you to believe would that have happened if Tyrann Mathieu was there. I'm not saying it for sure wouldn't have. I'm just saying it leads you to think that. We all know the Stephon Diggs picture with them losing the AFC Championship last year, him staying behind to watch the celebration. He had a full year of motivation, and that was on full retrospect. We could see the Bills were hungry and they did not want to lose this game. Late in the third quarter, the Chiefs do a jet sweep to McCole Hardman. They go up 23-14. It's looking like we may start to pull away here, right? It's looking like we may start to pull away here. And right now, as a Bills fan or just as anybody watching good football, you know as a great quarterback, Josh Allen needs to respond. If you're going to keep not scoring and giving Pat Mahomes the ball and this offense the ball, you're going to lose without putting points. Well, Josh Allen answers with a one-play 75-yard drive. And just like that, this game is right back to being a game.
Man, shit, they got serious, man.
It was a 75-yard touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis, 49 yards in air time, which is his longest completion of the year. Perfect time to have it. It was the perfect time to have it, and now this is when things got serious. With 1:54 left to play, there were 25 points in 2 minutes. And with 1:54 left to play, the Bills cap off a perfect drive to be able to end and win a game. A 17-play, 7-minute drive capped off with a Gabriel Davis touchdown on a 4th and 13. 4th and 13, 7-minute drive, 17-play drive. That is beautiful. And that sounds like a drive you would need on the road to be able to knock off the defending AFC champs. Not so fast, because with a minute left in the game, a minute 02, Patrick Mahomes throws a 64-yard touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill takes the middle route and just takes it to the house, capping off a 52-second, 75-play yard drive. Now that with a minute left, now it looks like the Chiefs have won this game. Not so fast, because I don't know if you remember, but I said Josh Allen had his coming out party. Chiefs are now up 33-29 at this point. But with 13 seconds left to go, Josh Allen throws one to Gabriel Davis for their 4th touchdown together. Gabriel Davis had 4 touchdowns. Josh Allen had 4 touchdowns. They score with 13 seconds left in Arrowhead. They're yelling at the crowds. Everyone is excited. Josh Allen's excited. There's actually a moment I really love in this game where Josh Allen throws a 2-point conversion to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs throws the ball to Josh Allen like they're celebrating. Josh Allen gets the ball, he throws it in the crowd. He doesn't really say too much. He just gives them a stare like, I'm him. I'm that guy. And I love that moment just because it wasn't like they celebrated too early, but it was just a simple fact that Josh Allen in that moment didn't really do any extra. He threw the ball at the crowd and he just gave them a look like, I'm that guy. There's 13 seconds left in this game. It was a pleasure playing with y'all, but it's time for y'all to go home for what y'all did to us last year. And by now, of course, we do know that 13 seconds is way too much time. We've heard the whole story about how everything was orchestrated by Travis Kelce. But with 13 seconds left, Patrick Mahomes completes a pass to Tyreek Hill and then to Travis Kelce to get into field goal range. And Harrison Bunker, one of the most accurate kickers, was able to kick a 49-yard field goal to tie this thing up at 36-36. Game goes into OT. Chiefs get ball first. That's all she wrote. We know how that ends. But on a beautiful 75-yard, 8-play drive in overtime, which is exactly what you want. Ever since they changed this rule in 2010 about whoever gets the ball and if they score first, the game's over, there's only been one team who took it to overtime who hasn't gotten the ball first and scored. Everyone else has gotten the ball first and scored, and the game has ended there. This was the only game all weekend that didn't end on a field goal, but it did end in a game-winning touchdown with the Chiefs winning 42-36. Possibly the greatest game I've ever seen. Possibly the greatest divisional round I've ever seen. And we can only hope for more in this AFC and NFC championship. I appreciate y'all for listening. Again, wherever you get your podcast at, be sure to leave a like, share, and leave a review for me. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.